Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining in 4 weeks from International Convention, and what a great day it is. It's getting to be my favorite time of the year. Anytime we're coming into an international convention, there is so much exciting and things that are happening. And welcome from around the world and also from the universe. How about that? You never know. But anyway, I'm going to ask all of my teammates to join me. Tonight is going to be a fun evening because we are going to go through that fast motion of talking about special times and working with our international convention and the takeaways and why you may want to put your team, your prospects, and yourselves either in a seat or online. There's still time. We're 4 weeks away, and it is just an amazing time in the Market America timeline in history. In fact, team, we are making history tonight, 4 weeks from the International Convention, and welcome to each of you. Thank you for joining me. Hey, so let me introduce each of you to our viewers tonight. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce Certified Executive Coordinator Michelle Ferguson from the Greater Philadelphia area. Michelle, I call her Miss Energy. She's well on her way to Master Coordinator. She just keeps doing great things. She's been a Master UFO. She's been a Shopping Annuity Master member. She's met challenges, and she can't do enough for her team and the growth of her team. Next, I'd like to introduce Pam Valentine. She's a supercharged individual. She is a new Senior Master Coordinator. Congratulations, Pam.
Thank you.
And we really are happy to have you tonight because of your growth, and you're a professional coordinator in qualification. I love that in your note to me. When I think about it, you live in the greater Charlotte area. You've been a professional hairstylist. You have 2 children, single mom, and you're building the business in addition to your profession. It's just amazing. It's great to have you. Also a Master UFO and Shopping Annuity Master member. From Canada, the great Toronto area, Maria and Giorgio Simonetti, welcome. Good to see you two. And it's amazing. You know, when I first, Maria and Giorgio, met them, they were this bundle of energy on stage at the Canadian Regional Convention. And I said, I gotta have them on tonight. Always good things, great family. It's wonderful. Challenge winners. You have professional coordinators, you're Master UFOs, you're doing all the right things. And it's a beautiful thing, and great parents too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful children. Also, next we have Emily Panino, who is a national supervising coordinator, and she has just been, I guess, probably one of the big inspirations that's happening in the field right now. You can't slow her down. She's a mom. She's also a challenge winner. She's a Chairman's Challenge winner, a Master UFO, Shopping Annuity Master member. She's tore up the Northeast region, winning different awards there. It's good to have you, Emily, and good to have your energy with us. Good to have you. Welcome. And then we have from beautiful San Diego, Tammy, one of my favorites. I mean, she's an executive supervising coordinator. What I love most about her is how she has grown her team along with her own personal growth. Next Step Director, Tammy, challenge winner, Chairman's Challenge winner, Master UFO, Shopping Annuity Master member. I'm privileged to have you on board with us tonight. So welcome to all of my guests.
And thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can't really wait for our viewers to get to know each and every one of you, because, sometimes it's just unbelievable that people are growing and just can't wait to get into the next day. And, the guests that have been selected tonight, they're across from all different types of backgrounds. So let's just start. Michelle, is your professional background before Market America's UnFranchise business?
Yes, hi. I'm a registered nurse. I now have 40 years experience as a nurse. I specialized in oncology, and now I'm doing hospice nursing. And a friend of mine approached me about, would you like to own your own business? And I said, own my own business? Like, I have this nursing job that's all consuming. I love it, but I don't know how I would have time for that. And she said, well, you just need to take a look at it, because I think you would do well. So I took a look at it. And the first thing I said was, I don't know how to do sales. I'm a nurse. How am I going to sell them? I don't know how to sell things. So my senior partner, Penny Lafferty, said to me, don't you educate and talk to people all the time? You're going to educate and talk to people about our amazing products, services, and the business. So it's no different.
That's great. That's awesome.
And after meeting Penny with her infectious positivity and great energy, that sealed the deal. So.
All right. Well, I'm glad to have you. How about you, Maria? Giorgio, what's your background and how did you get introduced to an unfranchised business?
Well, I've been a teacher for the last 20 years. So I've been an elementary school teacher, and Giorgio.
I'm a construction estimator, and I've been doing that for over 28 years now. I love what I do, but I'm always looking for another stream of income, and this fit in just perfectly.
And how we were introduced to it was actually at a Christmas party, to be honest with you. That's why wearing your gear, your Market America gear, works, because
we were having breakfast. We had a really big shindig for a company Christmas party, and our wonderful partner Jennifer and Wilson Chan were having breakfast, and Wilson was wearing this shopping annuity shirt, and I said, convert your spending into earning. I said to my wife, Jennifer's an accountant. That means something. She does all the books there. So from that, I said, look, I know my wife spends a lot of money, so if I can convert my spending into earning, that intrigued me.
Yeah.
I walked right into the business. It's just like I said it, so it was an amazing experience. Jennifer said, just come and watch a presentation.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, like we have, what do we have? We have nuclear engineers who are in our business, who took 7 times to see it. Maybe as soon as I saw it, I said, I got to do this. I got to try it, see where it goes.
The running joke, Dennis, is that Wilson was wearing a different T-shirt. He was wearing something else. And Jennifer made him change before they went downstairs.
Well, thank God
she
he wore
told
the
him
shirt.
to wear the shirt.
Yeah.
So we might not have, been here today if we hadn't seen the shirt.
That is true.
Big lesson.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you very much. That's good. And just so wear your Market America gear for sure, not just to the events. Pam, how about you?
Well, I have a very unique story, Dennis, because I was a referral. And so, asking for people. And I think that the key thing is keeping good relationships from the people who say no. Because Elizabeth, she spreads love all over the place. And so I was out to lunch, and this guy, I was in a multi-level business at the time, making no money, struggling, frustrated. And I said, I have got to do something. I've got to do something. And he said, you need to meet my friend Elizabeth. She owns an online shopping business, and she teaches people how to make money online. And so instantly I thought, multi-level, like again. But when I found out that it was not, I was so super excited. So that's where the journey started, from a referral. Isn't that cool?
That is great. Thanks very much. Emily, how about you?
So I used to be a cosmetologist and an engineer before Market America, you guys. My life was radically different before Market America. I was in a struggled marriage. I was sick. I was tired. I was exhausted. I was working 60, 70 hours. I was raising my kids. And I meet a new neighbor of mine who said, you meet a new neighbor, you say hello. And she says, I teach people how to make $2,100 a week. I thought she wanted to take my money and invest it into something. I wasn't sure what it was. But in the course of 4 months, every time she invited me, I would show up and I would look, and it was the mocha tonic that got me started. And as an engineer, let me tell you, I have no sales background. So it was like, I'm not sharing the business. but I did share the products, you guys. I shared the products. I had phenomenal results. My friends had found phenomenal results. I actually had almost 200 customers before I got serious about the business. And then my number one business is the compensation plan. And the accountability with Elizabeth Weber, it's dynamite.
Great. Well, thank you. That's a different kind of combination, engineer and cosmetologist. That's a
Right?
first for me. Yeah. And Tammy, tell us a little bit about your background and how you were introduced to our UnFranchise business.
Hey everyone, my name is Tammy. Prior to shop.com Market America, I have the privilege to serve this country for a decade in the US Navy. So the reason why I started this business is because as a Navy sailor, we are often needed at sea. So I've been away from my family and friends at deployments or underways. And since I grew up in a single parent family, I want to be with my children every day they grow up. So this is the reason why I was looking for opportunity. Actually, I found this little advertisement on a newspaper 7 years ago. I was looking for jobs for my husband, but that advertisement says that there's a online business opportunity that can make extra income. So I contacted the lady, my great partner, Sarah Lalo, and then we met. She asked me 3 questions. First, tell me why you are looking for opportunity. I said, because I want to be out of Navy if I want it. After my contract end. And then she said, do you have other chances to make extra income to help you fulfill that dream? I said, I don't. So I started this one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. You know, quite a diverse background from all of you and terrific stories. But now I want to jump into the upcoming international convention that's going to be held in Greensboro, North Carolina, August 26th through the 28th. And for those of you that will be in attendance, we will have the corporate tour going on. We did a wonderful renovation at the corporate offices. If you're here, check them out. But where I want to go right now is that I would like to ask each of you, and Maria and Giorgio, you can each have an answer here too. One word, if you were to describe the international convention based on your experience in the past. So I'm going to start with you, Tammy, this time. What's one word that tells me how you feel about the international convention?
Hope.
Hope.
That was the hope.
Okay,
that was the word. If I describe the first time I attend the corporate convention, I step out my comfort zone. I traveled to Miami. And when I see the convention and see the corporate team, I see the hope of my future. I can have a control of my life. So this is what brings to me with the convention.
Great. Emily, how about you?
Saved my life. The ticket saved my life. Seriously. I really hesitated in purchasing the ticket, but when the wonderful Barbara that introduced me to this and got me started, I actually went because I bought the ticket, you guys. So you have to have the ticket to make a difference. And JR spoke, and he spoke for 4 hours. And what he said, the first hour, I thought, as a brand new individual there, UFO, I thought he was crazy. No disrespect, JR. The second hour, he talked about the vision of the company. The third hour, he talked about my dreams. And then the fourth hour, he literally talked about what it takes to build, to become a master UFO. And through that process, and that was the key. Seeing it, visualizing it, being there, seeing the corporate team makes a huge difference. What if I didn't buy the ticket?
Oh, wow. Hey, so the one word, just to, only because Emily,
okay, sorry.
What was that? That's okay. The excitement
saved my life.
Saved your life. Okay. Not that I'm a good counter, but I thought that was great. But I gotta love you. You're a national supervising coordinator. Awesome. Okay, Maria, Giorgio, what's the one word that comes to mind?
Can I speak?
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead. Just one word though.
Okay, empowering. But it's empowering. Why? Because everybody has a giant within them. And this will awaken the giant within you, because when you see that energy in the room and you got all this empowerment, all this people together, and this is a system that it works.
Yeah.
If you could channel yourself into it and rewire your brain, like JR says, like I thought JR was crazy too, but those examples were really enlightening with the brain dissection. Is so true. I mean, people are all programmed. Everybody's programmed from their parents and from their people they hang around with. Tell me who you hang around with and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
I'm hanging around with millions of amazing people who will empower you to love others and spread the wealth. And the side effect is you get a little check every week.
Yeah.
Right?
Was that okay with one word, Dennis?
That's one word.
Well, I guess it's one word with your feelings, huh? Go ahead, Miranda.
No, there you go.
I guess my team in Canada will appreciate this. And he took actually the one word I was going to say, but the other one, the other one is synergistic.
Yeah.
I think it's synergy at its best.
Yeah.
You know, when you are there and you are watching the corporate team and you are in that moment, there's this synergistic thing that happens that makes you realize that you're part of something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't explain it in words. Now I understand, now that I've been there and we are where we are. I didn't understand it before when I was a newbie and they told me I had to go. I was like, why are they pressuring us to go? Now I understand.
Yeah.
And it is synergistic. It makes sense. Your whole life makes sense afterwards. Everything falls into place beautifully. Everything just it's just like perfect synergy. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's my word.
Thank you. Great. Okay, Pam, how about you?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was vision, and Emily did say that in what she was saying. But you know, when I got there, Dennis, I was brand new. It's been 2 years ago. Actually, it was the first thing that Elizabeth told me to do was get a ticket to the conference. And so I went. I brought 7 people with me. We worked hard between the 4 weeks of me getting in and getting to conference. But I saw a vision. And for the first time, a vision that I knew that with this average business, an average person could make above average income. And those words were spoken by JR on stage. And I wanted to cry because I was like, okay, the vision is I can make it. I have finally found the business that I can make it in. And then also too, when you're there and when it's live, you see the vision of the company, the vision of all the great people that are there. And then you get a glimpse of what your vision can look like as well. So vision is my word for the night, Dennis.
Thank you very much. All right, Pam. Good. All right, Michelle, how about you?
My word is inspired. I will always remember my first convention. I had no idea it would be what it was, sitting there with 20,000+ fellow entrepreneurs, you know, sharing the same goals and dreams, and listening to the corporate team and finding out that it's been the same corporate team for, well, now it's 30 years, but then it was 25, which was just so impressive. And also that there was this company, every time I see the graph that says 92 consecutive quarters of growth, it is now. It's just so inspiring. And not to mention, let's talk about the Torch Awards, the A+ with the Better Business Bureau. I mean, these people are just amazing. And my other word would be that I was blessed to be sitting there with these people, and that I could do anything I want to do hanging out with these folks. So
thank you very much. All right, great responses. Thank you, team. That's awesome. I do want to jump back to what Pam was saying, how she came in the business, and I heard you say you were able to bring 6 or 7 other people from the time you were sold your ticket to the event. Okay, is that what I heard?
That's what you heard.
Okay,
Yes.
so the next question I'm going to ask each of you is, I want each of you have organizations. I want you to think about your team and their attendance. If you think about your team, can you think a little bit about the takeaways? What was an impact to maybe one of your team players, or how did your team come away from you getting them there? I hope that's clear. But I wanted to know what type of impact other team members had And let's go ahead and start with Maria and Giorgio on this one.
So, our story began with just one. He was the one person that went. Those of us that know the story, and being a teacher, I was unable to go at the very beginning. And so when we started growing our team, it started with Giorgio first, and then I actually went to the convention for one day. So in a sense, you could say that we started off with that little, synergistic ball of energy between the two of us, of course, and our senior partners at the time. And then the next event, we were able to bring two other people with us.
Right.
And those two other people have remained with us for the full 5 years. And they, their response or their reaction to it was just as similar to ours. It was empowering, life-changing. And so when you bring two people with you, it's not a big team at the time when we went the second time. When you bring the two people with you, there's this uncontrollable desire to want to bring more people. It's like a magnet. It's like you've been there, and all of a sudden now you're looking for all the people that you want to have with you, right? And so that's what ended up happening. It was a spiral effect, I believe, that it was just a funnel, and we grew very quickly, actually, after that first convention. And I think that's how we got the Chairman's Challenge, because after that one convention, we came back empowered. We had our two people. We got ourselves activated. And then everybody after that, we started off with, like I said, Giorgio and then myself for the one day, then 2, then it came 10. Then we had a bustle. That's the running joke on our team too, is that now we have a bustle. How many buses, are Mary and Giorgio going to bring? And so
it works like compound interest.
Yes.
That's what people don't understand about this business. People meet the people, and the compounding effect is when it goes viral, it's exactly that. That's what people don't understand. But and now when we look, we have a section of a team, and it was just me who went, and my wife was possibly coming. That was 5 years ago. So we have grown. But and we are still going to grow, and we're going to.
I think the most beautiful part, Dennis, is it's not even the effect that you have, because everyone has their own story. That's the most beautiful part. We all take something out of that event that changes our life, but I can't define what my group or my team is feeling.
They got to find.
They have to find their own. You have to go. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. You have to be there in order to have it affect you, because I don't know what kind of life you have or what's going to happen that's going to affect you. For me, it was when Alicia Keys was singing that song, and I'm going to start crying now. And everyone had their phones, and they that was my moment. And I remember Jennifer and I were sitting at the Millionaires. Donald allowed us to come down, and bless them for letting us do that. And it just made me feel like I was part of a bigger purpose. It just was life-changing for me. So I don't know. I mean, you have to be there.
Everyone is going to have to find their own why. And that's like any business you own. You got to fall in love with the business. And people say, if you want to be successful at something, you got to believe in what you believe in as far as the business itself. And it's totally something that is not only can become you, it's believable. It's the products. I believe in the products. It's changed my life. And that compensation plan is something out of this world. Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. As Emily said, she started her business with the product and the customers and what you're saying. And that's sort of like you have the plan, the number one product, and the glue with the products. Tammy, you're close to director. Director is like a coveted level. And, your organization has been consistently growing. Can you give us a little feedback about what the events meant to your growth of your business and any specific impact of teammates after going to an event?
So first year when I started business, I pregnant with my daughter. So the first time when I went to my first convention, I brought 3 person. But at that time, it was my first time. I just say, hey, let's go to Miami, go to have fun. So they come with me, right? So the second time when I was pregnant, but because the first time I purchased that 3 ticket, and during my pregnancy, there's one convention that I couldn't go because it's about my delivery time. But because I pre-order purchased a ticket, and I told my teammate, I say, this business for you. They fulfill your dream. You are not working for me, you are working for yourself, but you got to go to see what this business is. It worth your time, and what's your time to do it? To me, time is priceless. Money, I spend it. If I don't like it, I treat it as a trip. But if I'm gonna dedicate my 2 to 3 years to the business, you got to go to see if this business is cooperating, seeing, believing. So even with that convention, I wasn't there, and then my teammate, we have 20 people been there. And then that moment, I realized this business is not about me. It's not about Tammy. It's about the company, the system. If we bring the people, the team to go there, even though because we are not going to work forever, but everybody will find their dream, their passion, their why during that convention. So our job, that's what I told my teammates, if you want to build it, go to this convention for yourself. So this helped me. And also, just like Maria said, everybody have a different why. What hit me most, it was JR's closing for the graveyard. He says that I don't want to be the richest person in the graveyard, but I want to be the one help most people. That hit me really hard. But for one of my teammate, Li Xin, she's a professional. Her magic moment, it was just one of the UBP before the convention says that, okay, if you know this person, if you are personally sponsored by Miss Min Liu, stand up. Only Olivia and Amber stand up. And then the second question is, so if you are financial related to Miss Min Liu, stand up. Almost all the people stand up. For that moment, she said, wow, this income is not from the people who I know, it's from the people who I don't know. So if she wasn't at that moment, that didn't hit me hard, but hit her hard, right? So after she come back, she built it quickly. And then another person, my teammate, Si Qi, she started business at 24 years old, very young age. And the convention, when she went, to be honestly, what the speaker said on the big stage, she said, okay, good, but didn't hit me hard. And then after meeting, one young lady, the same background of her, saying that, oh, I like this business helped me with extra income to do what. And then it hit her because at the same age. Now Si Qi, from last year, she jumped from executive coordinator to supervising coordinator, 5 pin levels in 1 year. But with all this convention, if I didn't bring them if they didn't attend those convention, we don't have that belief and consistent to do it, because business is not smooth. You will hit a bumping road, but at the bottom, if we went to convention, you find a belief, this is it. No matter how hard is it, I will break the wall to get it. So this is what I will deliver to my team. Why it's important to go to convention in person to see in your own eyes. Thank you.
Yeah, Tammy, thank you. Two great answers. I want to jump to the next one, but I have to go to Emily, because Emily, you're now a national supervising coordinator. Talk to me about your team and some of the impact that the major events, the international convention, has had.
Well, what I learned is, because I duplicated, that ticket was sold to me. So I duplicate that in my organization very much, because you get the belief, you see the vision, the strength. You start dreaming again, wherever you're coming from. And what it has done is, I remember when I bought 10 tickets, I was pumped up. I bought 10 tickets and I brought 54 people 1 year there. Huge difference, makes a huge difference. And the people that literally sawed started dreaming again, started living again, started building. And to me, it's like, wherever you are in life, if you're listening, and wherever you are in life, it's these conventions. I haven't missed one. It's these conventions that fuel us. And then when you have the phenomenal corporate team like Dennis, J.R., Lauren, and they're on stage, they're crying and they're dancing, and all the excitement and the growth that they have. So to me, it empowers my team. I'm constantly moving tickets. I'm constantly sharing the fact that what it did for me, what it saved my life. Like I said, what if I didn't get this ticket? I would not be here. It's so powerful. It's a $200 education, $200. That is a tax write-off completely. But yeah, Dennis, I could go on, but
well, okay, thanks, Emily. Without a doubt, you know, obviously people on the move, like our teams that are on tonight, are getting tickets out. So listen, I'm going to go back to you, Michelle. You're a certified executive coordinator, and you're at the level where you're just now beginning to earn consistent commissions, and you're really getting this under control on where you're going. You know where you want to go. Talk to me about how you move tickets to the event. You know, what are you telling your team? You know, what are some ideas that you want to bring across? Because there's a lot of certified executive coordinators that tell me, oh, I don't know, I don't want to sell a ticket. How do you overcome that?
I think that my passion for the business helps people understand that this might be really something I should check out, because look what it's doing to her. Like, I talk about it and I just light up like a Christmas tree, and they're like, what do you do? So, you know, I'm like, well, would you like to see? You know, you could come along to convention and see what we do. We change lives, and we convert our spending into earning. And you need to see it to understand. You need to be there. You need to have Lauren Ridinger like speak to your soul. And when they go and they experience that, they're like, wow, I can do this. And I don't have to do it by myself, which is a key point. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And when I talk about the camaraderie and the Market America family, it makes people feel like they want to be a part of that.
Wonderful. You know, it's fun because I know a lot of the group that you grow with, and I know you have a large caravan of teammates coming down in a road trip. And I know it's going to be a lot of fun for you, and we're excited to have you there. But I love the fact, as a certified executive coordinator, you're getting across what it means to be there, and you're exemplifying what needs to be done. I think that's great. Pam, you've also been very successful in selling tickets. How about a little insight on how you're doing that?
Okay, well, Dennis, that is a great question, because I love when things are simple. And this is what Elizabeth said. She said, you can take 6 months and train people, or you can bring them all to the international convention and they'll be trained for 3 days. And I was like, now that's a no-brainer. Everybody, y'all need to come to convention, because this is where you're going to get all your training. So I just thought that was such a no-brainer. Like, okay, 3 days is going to train everybody. We don't have to take the time to do it. It's all done for us. And so I want to touch back too on the last question that you had, you know, what people were feeling. The one wonderful thing, and I am so super excited because we get to be in person, Dennis. And I know we have options and people can choose to do the Zoom or whatever, but you know what people are feeling when they're there with you. And so what I felt when those people were with me was excitement. And then, you know, it's a lot to absorb. It's a lot to learn. There's a lot of things there. But when you have that feeling of the whole Coliseum is there, and like Giorgio said, when you're hanging out with people that are going somewhere, you just get this great feeling of, I can do this. I'm hanging out with people that are doing it. And it makes that next day at work so much better, because you know you have a goal to keep going from there. So I think that being there in person, Dennis, I would not miss it for the world, because you feel that goodness that's going on. Woo!
That is great. Thank you. So many good things. So let me take a moment and give the folks at home a little bit of insight on how the International Convention is going to work. It's going to be a 3-day event, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesday night, it's going to open up with an amazing UBP. We're going to come back and do what we did at World Conference. We're going to have Andrew Weissman and J.R. Ridinger be able to show the plan together. And I thought it was so good to have J.R. to be able to give insight as to why we do certain things. So Wednesday night is a great night for you to be able to put people in front of the plan with the actual creator of the plan, with Andrew Weissman, keeping it all moving forward. The next thing is on Thursday. We'll be starting each day about 9:30, 9:45. We want to get there early because we're putting together a great concourse trade show. So before it starts, during lunch, afterwards, you want to make sure you get up into the concourse and visit all the different university majors and new technique and technologies becoming available. Once we get started, we're going to go pretty fast and furious. It's going to keep moving. We've got a new producer. We've got a new whole attitude about how we're going to deliver the information. JR refers to it as the next chapter, a magic moment. You're going to find this very fast moving and informative. You're going to hear from more field individuals, not only about their profile, but they're trained on the best thing they've been doing in the business. Okay. So we're going to get a lot of good tips. We'll also hear from Mark Ashley, our president. We'll learn about new products. We'll hear from Lauren Reidinger and her message. And of course, JR, our founder, will give us his vision, his direction on how we're moving forward. But it's an amazing time for us. But we also have more panels than ever that's going to be happening. So we'll be ending each day between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, and then we'll start breakouts at 8 o'clock. We'll go 8 to 10 just on Thursday and Friday. So we'll just have breakouts on Thursday and Friday. And we'll have a breakout on Thursday night in different university majors, plus our new products and what we'll be introducing. And then Friday night, we'll have a great breakout on UnFranchise.com that will go through all the different advantages that we're offering with the apps that we have, the shop live, all the different features of reports. So the breakouts will be great. Now, the breakouts will not be live streamed. They'll be recorded and then placed in for replay. Only the people in person will have the live breakouts. In addition to that, we'll go into Saturday, and Saturday will be a fun day. We're going to hear from some celebrities. We're going to hear special messages, and we'll be done around 5:30, 6 o'clock in there. We're going to get a 2-hour break. Okay. And we're going to come back to the Coliseum at 8 o'clock, and we're going to do the Gala Awards. We're going to have a spectacular Coliseum show to recognize all the different winners and recognize all the great accomplishments that people from around the world have accomplished. But after that's done, starting at 10 o'clock, and we'll be going to in the morning, after 1 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have a celebration. So you're going to have to get your rest on Sunday or when you get back home. And this celebration will be one of the ages. And we will get some video of it so we can send it out. I don't believe we'll live stream it, but it's going to be in the Coliseum with live acts, and it's going to be some great entertainment. So we'll be staying late that night. Okay. We plan on going to at least 1 a.m. in the morning. And so they're going to convert the Coliseum into a wonderful place for a party. So it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm excited about what's happening and what we have to go. So I can't believe how fast this time is going. So here's where I want everybody to listen. You need to be at the event, all right? And I'm going to tell you why you need to be at the event from a guy that's been an UnFranchise owner for 30 years and has enjoyed every minute of it. Was it easy? No, but I'm going to tell you what, it happens at the events. But you don't really have to believe me. But I'm just telling you, you got to get the education, you've got to get the networking in and so forth. How I'd like to end this session, I'd like to give each of you an opportunity to share the reason why you feel that people should attend this international convention, either online. And for all of our friends in the Asia Pacific, I understand that travel is very hard to get to North America. But to our friends in UFOs in Canada and the United States, we hope that you'll consider to come and be part of this next chapter. So let's go ahead and hear from each and every one of you. And now we're going to reverse, and I am going to start with Tammy, and we'll finish up with Michelle. So Tammy, everyone, you'll each get a turn to share why people should take advantage of the international convention. Go ahead, Tammy.
The first time for the convention, my obstacles was I was breastfeeding with my son. He was 7 months old. So I have all the reason tell my partners, no, I'm not going.
We lost your
I always remember.
Go ahead. You're back. We lost your voice
Okay.
for a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. And have your reason why to do the business not become your excuse.
Okay.
So my son, my kid is the reason why I want to start a business. Okay. Can you?
Yeah, we're going. You're a little.
Okay.
It's spotty.
So,
yeah. Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Have the reason why you start a business not become your excuse. So the reason why I want to do a business is because my kids. So at that time, even though I was breastfeeding, I decided, well, he's 7 months old. It's time for me to, stop it. And then I want to go to make a better future for him. And so fast forward 7 years, become an UnFranchise owner. I be able to become a stay-home mom for 4 years. And me and my husband, we don't have to work for other people. Now I can be able to send my kids to private school. But 7 years ago, if I didn't go because of my son, I couldn't give my family the life that we have right now. So if you want a better tomorrow than today, make it happen. Yeah.
Thanks, Tammy. Okay, Emily, what's your message to our listeners and viewers from around the world about this event? Why?
I gave my life away to a company for 26 years. 2 years shy of a full retirement, I got laid off. The 26 years that I worked for this utility company, there was not trainings for me to grow. There's trainings for anything that you need here, and support and the love. And you follow a system. You go to work, you follow what they're telling you to do step by step, and you feel comfortable. Well, here you have a step-by-step directions on where do you go. When JR puts up the master UFO and they put up the shopping annuity, it's for your growth, for our growth. And that's what I teach constantly over and over. I can't tell you, when I talked about my life being so radical at that time and in that failed marriage, I was extremely overweight, tired, and exhausted. I couldn't dream. And somebody sells me a ticket, and they sell this ticket that opened the door for me to start dreaming and living again. You need to take everyone with you, whoever you can, or they need to go on the Zoom in life. It's so critically important. What else is there? We didn't stop growing because we have Zoom. The company gave us another platform, another idea of what to do with the growth. And so that the most powerful thing is you won't find a company like this nowhere. And the leaders, what they do for us and how they give us time, it's just priceless. And for an individual, when I joined, told Barbara, I don't like to talk, and I'm not sharing this business with anybody. Thank God she didn't listen to me. You know what? She just kept educating me till my light bulb went off. And that's it. So now you can't shut me up. So anyway.
All right. Thank you, Emily. That message went loud and clear. All right, Maria, Giorgio, your message to our viewers about International Convention and why they should go.
Other than FOMO, fear of missing out. I think, Emily, I resonate with you on many different levels. And I think it's the whole potential. I think we weren't born just to go to work and, do nothing with our lives or not to have enough. This business, this convention, the convention, what it does for you, it fuels your potential. Mm-hmm. It helps you get to where you are supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Instead of being in limbo, not knowing what you want to do with your life. It gives you a direction. It gives you purpose. I can't say enough about it. You have to attend. There's just nothing more that I can say other than that.
And for me, I stress to people, you got to get out of your comfort zone, right? Because that's what it is. People, they think this is my life, whatever their life is. They think they're doing it year after year. They want more out of life, but they're in this bubble that they can't cross over. this business, when you come to convention, allows you to get out of that, it inspires you to do more for yourself and others, right? And through that, you're going to touch others, and others are going to make you grow. And that everyone says personal growth. It's true. You need to grow by educating yourself, enlightening others, learn.
Exactly.
So I became a leader and my wife became a leader. We weren't born leaders. We had great leaders, and they taught us how to be leaders.
Yeah.
That's what a leader does.
Yeah.
A leader grows and teaches average people to become leaders and lead themselves and others.
And
That's
you can
all
only
it is.
you can only do that at convention.
Right.
The leveraging,
You got experience.
the power of leverage. You're not going to make, I'll tell you right now, anybody that's watching or thinks they can do this without going to convention, you're totally wrong.
No.
You're not going to build anything if you don't go to convention. It's that simple. So
That's the frequency of all the people coming together. You feel that energy.
Yeah.
And now that energy is multiplied within you, and you're going to go wherever you want it to go. That's
exactly.
Beautiful.
That's
Thank you very much. Yes. All right. Thank you. Okay, Pam. Your
Okay,
thoughts.
well, so one, this is the business. You got into a business to make some money. They say you need to be at this World Conference. So that's where you need to be. Now, the great thing is there's no excuse because we can do it virtual or you can come in person. Now, if you're on the fence of whether you want to do it virtual or if you want to come to the conference, 100% get your fanny to the conference. Because I don't know about you, but when you're sitting there looking at it at home on Zoom, you're cooking dinner, you're like halfway asleep, you like can't feel the energy, you just kind of halfway getting it. But I know there's some circumstances where you don't have a choice, and we're giving you a choice to watch it at home. So there's no excuse not to attend. So make sure you get your ticket, but 100% get to this conference because I want to meet you. I want to say hello to you, and I want to network all through this business because there are some beautiful people that join together who have got a vision for life to go further, and we all want to meet you. So I am so excited, and I can't wait to see you at convention.
Thanks, Pam. Appreciate that very much. Okay, Michelle.
Okay, Dennis.
You're up.
So I always ask people, do you keep your options open? And they look at me and say, yeah, well, what do you mean? I said, well, how is this 9-to-5 job working out for you? It's not working out at all. There's got to be something else. I'm like, well, I have this something else. So I need you to see it, to understand it, and to just get the feeling of what it would be like to own your own business and take a chance on you. And then I tell them, and I quote my leader, Penny Lafferty, we got the cookie. There is nothing like this out there. Come and take a look, period.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's my turn, I guess. And I want to send this out to every one of you. Number one, I don't know about you, but in building the business and observing people today, everybody seems to be moving in slow motion. I mean, like, gosh, I can't believe it. I don't know if these last 18 months just got everybody so tuned down that they forgot how to get energized. And, you know, my bottom line is pick it up. I mean, my bottom line is you'll move for a disaster. You'll move if you got something happening, but you don't move for yourself to get to a better place. You got to pick it up. I'm putting out the 911 for each and every one of you to get your butt at the convention in a seat if you're available or online. Now, there's another thing that you'll get out of this convention. If you're having the version of the slows, I want you to know we're going to ignite the flame. We're going to ignite the flame. And after this event, when you get back, you will be on fire, but not just motivated. You know, we are going to light the flame and we're going to fan the flame. And it's the networking of the people that you're going to meet that's going to take you to another level. Yes, you'll learn more about the business. Yes, you'll get education. Yes, you'll get inspired. But more important, you're going to allow Market America and the unfranchised business get within you. And you don't want to miss that. I want to personally thank each and every one of you. My guests, you were phenomenal. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I hope all the viewers enjoyed this. I got to tell you, you are Market America. You are the energy as we come together. And I'll tell you what, we'll have tens of thousands of people at this convention. And for those of you that can make it in person, we look forward to it. So what we're going to do is conclude this and we're going to show a short video. So thank you, guests, and we'll be seeing you.
Dennis.
All righty.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.